Good morning. My name is Tumi Tladi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's get down to business of today. So I'm probably going to be doing 3 sessions. I'm in the midst of this Xamarin series. So previously on video number 15 for this series, we were looking at start up a page, and then that was fantastic. And then today I decided to start with this topic of a font awesome. So Font Awesome, what it does, I only care about their icons. So I have my physical device ready, ready to do its thing. So we'll probably use it. And let's fire Firefox. So I'm gonna type in Font Awesome right now. We're gonna look at Font Awesome in a second. Now here's a disclaimer. I am not hired by Font Awesome. I'm not a salesperson or marketing person to market this product. No, but I'm going to talk about that a journey of me struggling to understand how you have these incredible icons in a mobile application, particularly a Xamarin application, and then no one was there. I think almost 2 years ago, no one was there to actually show me how to do this in the right way. But then again, you get to learn, you get to try out things and then try them differently, and then that's how I got to know how to integrate these icons from Font Awesome in Xamarin application. So Font Awesome, according to Wikipedia, is a font and icon toolkit based on CSS and less. And then as of 2020, Font Awesome was used by 38% of sites that use third-party font scripts, placing Font Awesome is a second place after Google Fonts. So, meaning that you can also use Google Fonts. Personally, I almost dislike everything about Google. I just don't trust it. If there's an alternative, I run to the alternative. But nevertheless, that's my personal opinion. But that's not the point. So let's get into the website. So why is this critical? I mean, if you're looking into Xamarin, this is definitely going to be a thing to look into, to have these incredible icons. They are incredible. So you can read, there is, I think, version 6, yes, of this toolkit. It's incredible. I'm not going to go into anything but to go to the icons. You can look at the version, what's important is to download them, and then with the free you have access to 1608. Just download them. Don't create an account. You don't need to create an account. They're incredible icons, incredible. So what I do, I go to icons, because it's very important. Step by step, you downloaded the whole package, you go to icons, and then you click on the left, free, and then you filter them, the result with the free icons. So these are the entire icons. So how to use one? Let's use anything from Apple. You just search Apple, it will filter them. See 13 matching results. So let's see. I want something I can use as a perfect example. Okay, I'm looking at both my iPhone and my iPad right now. So if you like this icon is different from this icon, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show this one in a new tab, and then I want to show this one. I want you to pay attention to something, because you need to know that the kind of icons you're going to be integrating in your applications, they are here on Font Awesome icon. I think this is part of software engineering, where before you get to the development phase, while you're on design phase, this is part of the research you need to do. So the most important thing here is this. For this icon, what you need to know about it is that it's a solid one. It's a solid one. This is very, very important. Please pay attention. Then this one, it's also solid. But you can also get the one that is regular. That's what I'm trying to show, right? But we don't have anything like that. But while I'm here, I can search quickly for Facebook, and I'll tell you why I search for Facebook. This is all critical. Now, if I go to free, this one. So why it's so important? Again, let's scroll and let's learn. Do you see that this one doesn't show you if it's solid or not? Because it's a different kind of a breed or a category, whatever you want to call it. But if you look at it, this one of tablet, it's a solid style, right? And then this is how you know quickly. You can also have a regular, but it's for pros. Why this is important? It's very, very important. This one, it's from brands. Okay, so what you only need from here is this F3FA Unicode, F3FA, and then for Facebook it's F09A. It's only 4 characters. You should only worry about 4 characters. I think we are done with font awesome icons. So let me do this, close that. So let's go now to Visual Studio before we show some sort of icons. So in Visual Studio, it has been running in idle mode. So this is a shared project, right? So what do you do with a shared project for Xamarin? You don't do anything. You don't add those files here. After you have extracted those files, I'll tell you what files you need. Let's wait for Visual Studio to wake up because it's been running in idle mode. Let's give it a couple of more seconds to a minute or so. I promise you that you're gonna love what I have to show. If you are loving what I'm showing right now and this video it's been helpful, please like this video. Leave the comments down on the comment section if you have any or any question. Most importantly, if you're fascinated by what this YouTube channel is all about and you like where it's going, consider subscribing and click on the notification bell, as when I drop the videos, because sometimes I drop about 5 videos in a day like I did yesterday, and then today or tomorrow morning I drop about 3 videos. So you get to be notified when I drop the videos. So for Android, as an Android platform specific project, I also have iOS. This is very critical. I like to remind you that this app that you see here is an Android version. I also have iPhone. Here it's iPhone. However, I cannot get this version of identical docs onto my iOS device or my iPad because I need MacBook, because MacBook has what I need, which is Xcode to do exactly that. But what I did, I went ahead that whatever I need to do, on mobile application, particularly Android, I need to replicate that for iOS. So in this case, for Android as a platform specific project, you wanna go to resources. Wait, is it? Sorry, it's not resources. The folder should be assets. The folder should be assets. So after you have actually extracted that downloaded folder or file from Font Awesome website, you're gonna be presented with this. Now, these files, do not rename them under any circumstances, or under no circumstances. Do not rename these files. You see now my English wants to run out of airtime. It wants to deplete. It's crazy. But what I'm saying is do not change the names of these files. They are TTFs or OTF. What is OTF? Because there's a TTF and there's OTF. You see, this one is a TTF, but I'm not using this material design icon. I believe this is from Google Fonts, but this one is OTF. OTF. So yes, Xamarin supports both OTF and TTFs. Okay, so now this guy needs to stay exactly as it is. Do not change it. So this category is for brands. This one is for regular. This one is for solid category. Do not change them. Okay, now you know. So for iOS, it's also critical to understand where they are. We're just going to go to resources, and here they are. Do not change them. Do not do anything. Absolutely do not do anything. Why am I saying this? Because the only way for a shared project to make use of these font awesome that you're going to be seeing on my app in a couple of minutes, it's going to be because you need to register them on app.xamarin. This is the only place where you register them. So let's open up this file or page. And by the way, we did take a look at this file in one of our previous episodes where we looked at this app.xamarin, a file or page. We looked at a lot of things. So is it downloading? Okay, it seems like it's done. So I did cover this in a previous video, but what I want to focus on, this section. So I'm using comments to guide me that, listen, this is font awesome icons. So after you have brought in those files per platform, you're gonna say on platform. So that's number 1, 2, 3. So for each on platform, you want to use X type arguments. It has to be of type string as a data type. It's very important for all of them. And then this is the key. The key is absolutely important. So what I did in my case, I used the font awesome icon underscore. This is a solid version of it. And then this is a regular version of it. And this is brand's version of it. It's very critical. Now, if you look at on platform, you're probably going to be seeing this a lot if you're going to dive into Xamarin, because there will be times where you're going to have to specify which platform you like to target specifically. So for solid, for both iOS and Android, this is the value. It knows. Don't ask me how it knows. And then for Android, this will be the value. Like I said, do not change anything. That's why I'm showing this thing. Do not change. Okay, so that's for solid. Also for regular, leave it as it is. It's very important. And then for Android, that's how it's supposed to be. And then for, obviously I haven't tested the version of other for iOS. I haven't tested it, but for Android I have tested it. Okay, that's it. So I'm still gonna remove that mature design, also get rid of this because I don't like something that is not working. So we have the keys. So for solid, for regular, and for brands. So where did I use them? Now let's pull the app, right? So let's go and find it. This is a splash screen. We did cover this in our previous videos. Please watch a video titled Splash Screen. Okay, let's give it a couple of seconds. There's a busy indicator checking for version updates. We did cover all of this in our previous videos. Also check them out. It's good stuff where I get to show the code that handles all of this. Yes, I am on my Wi-Fi, so it should take a few seconds, but it needs to check and bring back the report. Let's give it a couple of more seconds. Okay, so that is loading indicator. We call it a busy indicator. It's a control from Sync Fusion. So yes, I'd like to know why is it taking this long to check. It's not supposed to take this long to. Oh, by the way, I need to remind you about my YouTube channel. Something about my YouTube channel, right? So my YouTube channel, on the very first video, which is titled in overview, is it introduction or overview? No, introduction to identical docs. I can't remember, but where you get to see this pretty face of mine, I explained that. Did you hear that it vibrated? This is very interesting. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can investigate this issue. Okay, but I like to talk about this. The only problem as a developer, this is good. I meant to say that I promised to be raw to show everything. I did not do this prior, hence I'm surprised I took this long. So what am I saying is this. I wanna go off the script a bit and talk about this version update error, where it gets to be handled. So let's go to view models and let's go to startup. We looked at startup yesterday in our previous video, I think video number 100. This is very important because I show you that this is defensive programming, where you handle these kind of use cases where you are testing your system and you don't just leave it, to say, you know what, no, the chances of this thing doing this are right or slim or null. No, as a developer, you want to do precisely this. So let me go to show info method. There we go. So this is what was showing that business indicator. The color and the message that says please wait while we check for version updates. Seems like I may have messed up with this connectivity. And then so whatever happened, it's inside the try block. So yeah, I messed up something. Okay, so whatever happened, it's inside the try catch block, right? This is where it is. Now the exception is the one that caught that error message. So this is the exception, right? Now what happened? The vibration comes from line 192 with the help of vibration API from Xamarin Essentials, right? And then what executed was this else statement, but I know that with App Center it has been tracked, that error has been tracked, right? And then I did show in a previous video about this plugin, called user dialogues. Okay, so this is a new way of showing those toast messages or message boxes. So let's see if this thing did reconnect. Yes, so this is what was caught. So version update was the title, so that's what we see, the OK button, there it is, and then this was the exception, right? So it's good to handle this. But why am I showing? I'm showing this because I'm also making use of app service to track the error. I'm so disciplined. I'm absolutely disciplined. Okay, nevertheless, we'll figure out what happened. So it says response status code does not indicate success. It's 500. So it's something, it's up with my, what you call, something it's up with my web API, the one that's been deployed. But here's a cool thing. Another cool thing is that the buttons are being disabled. I don't know if you can see this. The buttons are being disabled. Why it's so important? This is the very defensive programming, because these buttons, the client button is enabled and customer button is enabled. Both of them by default are false. The only time I enable them is when something went very well. Here it is. When the version internal is equals to version external number 2. We did cover this in the version updates page video. Please watch it. Or anything, but if it's an exception, we want to keep those buttons disabled. So there's no way in this exception block where I'm showing the buttons. There's no way, and this is good. So meaning that I'm forced to restart this application. But what I want to emphasize again on this error message, we should learn to write a descriptive message. We should learn to do that, like I did with this one, to say, in case you could not reach this domain, which is my web API, and then I want you to write a very nice descriptive message to say connection lost. So even in this case, we should learn, like if it says right now, that's why I took a screenshot, that 500 internal, do not show that to the end user. Okay, so but what I want to show is this icon for Font Awesome, this icon. So how did we place this icon? I'm glad you asked. So let's go straight to the view and content view, startup, to show how we made use of it. There we go. That was quick. I'm glad. So you need to reference anything. You don't need to do anything. What I want to show, here it is. This is tech layout. We did take a look at this in our previous video. So this tech layout, the orientation is going to be horizontal. It's going to be centered, right? Horizontal options. So the very first label is what shows the icon, which is this icon. And the second label is what shows this text. You notice that with the color, the text color. So text color, we know it's orange. And then you see font family. For you to successfully do this, you need to use attribute font family for label, of label control. And then you're gonna go to static resource. It will go there and it will show you all the keys. So There's the key, which is font awesome solid. That's the only thing I want to show, but you'll see more. I want you to pay attention to these content pages when I show, because I'll be just scrolling on the actual design, which is the code like this. And then I want you, when you look at the label that has font awesome, you'll know that, oh, that's where we make use of a font awesome. Just with the key, it knows behind the scenes that it's hooked up to this guy for solid based on this key. It knows which file to go after. So that's what I want to show, and then that's it. So let's quickly relaunch this app. I wonder what happened. So this is very good because, like I said, I'm growing. I did post on LinkedIn, I believe 2 days ago, about I just recorded my 100th video, and it was fantastic. And one of the things I said that I'm glad that I'm a disciplined developer, so which is fantastic. So I want to see if there's a bug or not, because what I do is I'm using my laptop for recording these videos, but I use my main computer to fix the bugs. And on my main computer, currently I'm still busy with a dependency injection for Xamarin. So yeah, it seems like we don't have access to the internet or the web API. Something's wrong with the web API. Either way, let's fire CMD, and we're gonna ping that web API and check if it's alive or not. So let me ping www.identicaldocs.co.za. Yeah, everything's good, but it still is doing the same thing, which is quite interesting. Okay, but what happens if I do this and go after my mobile data? Wait, we also covered this. It's connectivity view. Even changing the status like this, it's connectivity view. There's a video for that. There's video connectivity view. What happens, when we lose the connectivity, it vibrates, it shows all of that. Cool. And then also these two icons. Let me quickly show them what they do. They just says interconnectivity found. We did cover this also in our show toast messages video. So let me do this one more time. Let's make sure that it's not anything serious. So I switched it from Wi-Fi now to my mobile data. So I'm hoping that everything is gonna work out. It shouldn't take it this long. That's the thing. It shouldn't take this long. So mean that it's not my internet connectivity. It could be my web API. Yeah, okay. Does not indicate success. This is very interesting. Okay, let's make sure that we do have access to the internet. Let me try with the weather app. Yes, it does show. Let me try with Google Chrome. We're looking at MVVM. Yes, it does show, but let's try with that identical, wait, not that, identical docs.co.za. So let's see if we can get to that website. So this is the website, right? But it's 2-in-1. If you remember, it's both MVC and Web API. So there's Web API pushing behind the scenes. So the web is still is good. This is the URL. And another thing I want to show, about Font Awesome in a new tab. Okay, seems like it's good. Oh, is this? Let me go to the tab. Where do you go to? So there's the tab on Google. So my app on Google Play, I want to show some few more icons. There we go. So that icon of business name, business info, business owner, that's from Font Awesome. The icons at the bottom navigation bar for business services, alert settings, that's Font Awesome icon. This icon of the printer, it's the same thing. What else do we have? We don't have icons here. The icon of the file type there, the icon of plus or minus, the icon of getting the file, everything, the icon for refresh, it's Font Awesome. The icon for the account and for alerts, it's Font Awesome, basically. So that's what I wanted to show. So we can dismiss this guy so we know the web application that's working. Finally, I'll figure out what's happening. This is the final test. I don't know what happened, but let's see. Because we just double checked that the internet, everything is going very well. What happened to that endpoint? Why suddenly it stopped working? Because it says it doesn't indicate 500, meaning that it doesn't indicate success, which is 200, but it indicates internal server error. So something is not right on the endpoint. Interesting. So I need to go investigate, and I'll probably come back with the feedback on our next video, which was supposed to focus on images, for both Android and iOS, and also for fonts, like fonts, because I'm using different fonts. And yes, it still does the same thing. I'll go and check it out when I'm done with this session. Just want to quickly check something. App info. I think there's an option force stop. And I can instantly open it. But nevertheless, thank you very much for staying with me. This is the real issue. You should know about it. You should want to know what happened, what happened and how to troubleshoot this, because your users might report this. But what I love about this is that I'm tracking. So if I go to App Center, I get to see the exception itself. Even though I intend to hide it from the user to say, currently, let's say, the appropriate error message will be, we apologize if something went wrong. Please try again in few minutes. And when you click OK, then it should dismiss it, the entire application. That's something that's possible. But prior to that showing that custom exception message, I should be able to track that. Yeah, no, I'll do that. Okay, I'm not going to waste time on this. Thank you very much for staying with me. Until next time. With that being said, thank you.